Um, I'm sure you saw the video's title, and yes. Now I wanted to clarify a few things. And if you hear a sound in the background, it's the radiator on. Bill O'Reilly from Fox News now has what they call broadcast. He has his own website, he has his own studio, and 4 days a week, usually Monday through Thursday, he does a full newscast in his studio, wearing a suit and tie, very professional, and I am a subscriber. Now, one thing he said, he does news, the same thing he did on Fox News. And every now and then he'll give a little life advice. One thing of life advice he gave was, if your doctor makes you wait more than 45 minutes, he doesn't care about you. Now, my father and I had a general practice doctor. This doctor had an office on what we call Central Avenue, which is a major street through our county, and it has everything from restaurants, doctor's offices, car dealerships, you name it. He had an office there, and in later years he had a secondary office, ironically, right up the block from where I work, for the police department. And this doctor would come in at 2 p.m. every day. Now, I don't know if he went to hospitals, I don't know what he did, but he came in at 2 p.m. every day for whatever reason. And the secretaries would often have appointments from 9 o'clock up. So you literally have people coming in the office at 9 o'clock a.m. And by the time he walks in the door at 2 o'clock, there are people there waiting for over 3 hours. Now, some doctors can partner with other doctors. Some doctors can hire a physician's assistant. A physician's assistant is 99% a doctor by law. They can do about 99% of the stuff doctors do. Example, my dermatologist has a couple of doctors, one's an asshole, a couple of physician assistants, a couple of nurses. He has like 6 officers. And for years on end, I would go to my doctor and I would get the physician assistant, the physician assistant, the PA. And you can have a physician assistant come in at 9 and see your patients until you come in at 2. You can have a physician assistant come in with you and you can split the patients up. But this guy, and there was one incident, my father and I was in the office years ago, and he's walking out, he's escorting his friend to the door. He's in the back bullshitting with his friend, or he's got a dozen patients waiting on him, some for over 3 hours. Now, in 2009, right around the time I started my YouTube page, I was going to go do my bachelor's degree at university, and I needed my immunization records, polio, Lyme disease, shit like that. They want your immunization records. And I called the office and said to the office, I need my immunization records. I have to finish my bachelor's degree. This is very important to me. Please get back to me. No problem. It is now 2026. I'm still waiting for the phone call. So that was the last straw for me, as they say in the books. And I found a doctor. And my father, he was not a perfect man. He stuck with this doctor, even when my mother begged him to find another doctor, pleaded, please find another doctor. Okay. He never did. And about 2015-ish, my mother notices a slight tremor in his right hand and a wobble when he walks. Okay. Goes to the doctor. I think my husband has Parkinson's disease. Your husband has Parkinson's disease. I'd like to see a neurologist. You don't need to see a neurologist. And then for whatever reason, I forget, my father's in the hospital. The hospital staff noticed, my mother noticed. Where's the neurologist? Okay, this guy's got Parkinson's disease. Now, the doctor, the general practice doctor, instead of surrendering his license and or jumping out a window, he's like, why are you doing this? Why you see this neurologist? Why? I would have seen the neurologist. My mother's like, I asked you for one, you didn't give me one. Total fucking asshole. And then a couple years ago, my father and mother go to the doctor. Still the same fucking guy. Now he's got an oxygen tank, and he tells my father, I'm not going to be here next year. And he says a real nasty comment to my mother about something stupid. And I found out I was living like a motherfucker. And my mother told me, you know, he's got an oxygen tank, he's not going to be here next year. Okay, I'll let God handle that problem. Now, Parkinson's, you can get it at any age, but it's more prevalent when you're over 65. It's usually common if you have a head injury or a stroke. My father had a couple of strokes. If you have an elderly person, or if you are an elderly person, or over the senior citizen age, and or you've had strokes or heart attacks or head injuries in the past, you have to watch out for it. And if you have a tremor, I'll let the ring. If you have a tremor, that is a problem, and it needs to be addressed. And if your doctor is being an asshole, or your father's doctor, or your grandfather's doctor, husband's doctor, please go somewhere else. All right, I'll get back to my mother. So please go to another doctor immediately. Please find one. I'm begging you, or your grandfather, your husband, please. Now, when you go to other doctors, neurologists, oncologists, whatever your problem is, they often have medication for you, testing for you, therapy for you. My father also exercised his right to say no a lot. Medication made him sick, he didn't want to take it. Physical therapy was hard, he didn't want to do it. He was offered physical therapy in the house, occupational therapy in the house. He tried it a couple times and then quit on it. It's painful, it hurts, I have a headache, my legs hurt, I want to lay down. And he was an adult and he made that choice. And I feel terrible bad-mouthing him because I don't want to do that, he's my father. But those are the choices he made. And my sister's a beautician, and she's had her customers come to her. I'm over 90. I'm going to Florida. I'm going to Aruba. I have Parkinson's, but they take their medication. They do their physical therapy. They do that stuff they have to do to take care of themselves. And they last a little long. What happens is Parkinson's attacks every muscle in your body. And as it progresses, it makes everything harder. Walking is harder, sitting up is harder, lifting weights is harder, living a car. The things that you take for granted right now become harder. And as the disease progresses, it becomes even harder and harder and harder to the point where you can't walk more than 5 feet without a wheelchair. You can't bend over anymore. You can't get in the shower by yourself. You can't dress yourself. You need help with everything. And my siblings, my aunts and uncles, they all told my mother, thank God for you. My father would have been in his grave years ago if it had not been for you. Thank God for you. Because my mother did everything for my father. And, yeah. And she endured a lot for him. So I'm getting a little emotional here. But that's the case. You have to take your medication, even if it hurts. You know, your medication makes you sick, but not taking it makes you more sick. You know what I mean? Okay. And in 2024, late July, he's pissing. He can't get the walker, he's on a walker now, into the bathroom. So he leaves the walker outside, hobbles into the bathroom. My mother's standing right outside the door. He falls and breaks 2 ribs on the tub. Get him to the hospital. 2 weeks in the hospital. 6 weeks in rehab. Rehab is in physical rehab. In rehab, some days he's in the mood, some days not so much. We get him back. It's at stage 5. He's paralyzed from the chest down. We have to hire an aide. And she never once abused him, never once stole from him, and I would recommend her tomorrow if I could. She costs a lot of money, but she was worth it. She has to move away, gives her resignation. And my mother took over from there, helping him with sponge bathing him, changing him. He couldn't do anything for himself. The muscles in your throat and jaw go also. And we have to cut his food up to baby bites and watch him so he doesn't choke to death, God forbid. He had nightmares. You gotta make sure he doesn't have a fucking heart attack in the middle of the night. You gotta wake him up. Dad, it's okay. It's his nightmare. Relax. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. You gotta wake him up, revive him, turn the light on, tell him it's a nightmare. Relax. You're safe. You're home. Whatever's going on in your nightmare, you know, falling off a roof, a baby missing, whatever's going on in your nightmare is fiction. It's not real. And eventually it progresses more and more and more and more. Now, as your body is deteriorating, you're doing less physical activity. And when you do less physical activity, that's when you get older. Like Clint Eastwood says, keep the old man out. Okay, well, if you can't stand up, if you can't walk back and forth, if you can't drive a car, if you can't take a shower by yourself, if you can't do anything, your body ages faster. He was 90 years old. He lived a great life, but the last 11 years was torture. And the last 16 months, he was a prisoner in his own body. And I don't need money. My mother has a tremendous pension. I have 2 careers going. We have more than enough money. This isn't about money, PayPal, GoFundMe. If you want to donate to Parkinson's research, that's fine. I'm telling you people now, if you or a loved one is in my father's situation, please, for the love of God, do what you can to keep yourself above water. The medication hurts, take it anyway. Physical therapy hurts, go anyway. Try as hard as you can to live as long as you can, as healthy as you can, because at the last stage, he was a prisoner in his own body. I'm not going to get into the last week because I just don't want to. But I implore you, if you notice the tremor in your grandfather or your husband, if your mother, God forbid, if you have a history of strokes, heart attacks, head injuries, do not miss the warning signs. Go to the doctor immediately or bring your relative to the doctor immediately and get this addressed. And in the name of Christ, if your doctor is a piece of shit, get rid of them. Get rid of them. Okay? I just wanted to get that out there for you. Okay, thank you.